From annoying performance issues to the possibility of making things easier for hackers to steal your personal information, there are a lot of things that can happen if you don't use your Android phone correctly. Every now and again, your Android OS will release a software update. These are created to add new features, improve performance, patch security issues, and fix any persistent bugs. In most cases, your Android phone will inform you when a software update is available, but it's on you to initiate the process. Unfortunately, a lot of users ignore this request. Updating your Android phone can take time, so it's no surprise many people decide to opt out. The phone has to reboot, and users may have to accept new terms and conditions. With that said, it's absolutely necessary, and although your Android phone may be functioning for now, it can have underlying issues that need to be fixed. Ignoring an update could end up causing you much bigger headaches than letting it run. The longer you hang onto your phone, the more apps you tend to install over time. While Android devices can handle multiple apps at once, excessive background processes can have an impact on battery life and memory consumption, which may lead to reduced system performance.
You don't get it, Stu. You just don't get it, do you? I have over 60 apps on that phone.
You should therefore check which apps are continuously running in the background and prioritize the important apps while closing the ones that are consuming system resources and reducing battery life. You may even be surprised to find an app that you haven't used in months hiding in the background. Widgets are the small interactive components located on your Android phone's home screen. They provide relevant information and quick access to app functions, making them convenient for users on the go. Unfortunately, more isn't always better in this case, and too many widgets can lead to a cluttered interface and difficulty navigating the home screen. Furthermore, widgets have an impact on the CPU and battery life of your Android phone. Since they're running in the background to provide real-time information, they will consume precious system resources. Therefore, in an effort to improve performance, it's advisable to remove the widgets that are unnecessary. It might take a few months or a few years, but eventually your Android will notify you that you've reached your storage capacity. When this occurs, you'll no longer be able to install new updates, take photos, or save files onto your phone. Furthermore, leading up to this event, you may notice a decline in your device's overall performance. Apps can struggle to open or respond, while UI menus could become sluggish. According to Google, most users will notice performance issues when their Android phone has less than 10% of its storage space remaining. If you have noticed your phone slowing down, it might be time to free up some space. Delete unnecessary media, unused apps, and downloaded files that have become irrelevant. If you'd like to keep certain files but free up storage device, you can also consider cloud services or external storage options. The Google Play Store is a trustworthy platform for users to download apps on their Android devices. The digital distribution service has strict regulations for app developers and examines each app before it's available for download, ensuring they are safe and free of malicious code. Any other downloadable app source, though, can be considered unknown and may pose a risk to your Android phone. In most cases, these potentially fake apps from unknown sources have not been tested for security vulnerabilities. It can contain harmful software, which opens users to cybercriminal attacks such as spyware and phishing. The malicious app could monitor Android activity, steal sensitive information, or gather personal data. Additionally, users may even experience stability issues on their phones. Poorly optimized apps can lead to crashes or interference with other apps. To stay ahead of potential threats, look for strange activities when installing new apps. A good starting point would be investigating the app's permissions. For example, if a music app asks for messaging or camera permissions, this should alert your suspicions. Caching allows apps to store temporary data so they can load faster. This may include frequently accessed images, video thumbnails, or scripts. Unfortunately, as these files accumulate over time, they may begin to corrupt, causing apps to misbehave or crash. Most apps already have an automatic way of dealing with cache buildup. While constantly monitoring data internally, they clear potentially problematic files before issues arise. However, not all applications are created the same, and some may not have this feature, leading to cache accumulation. In those cases, you'll want to manually clear the cache. Note that clearing the cache is not a permanent way to free up storage space. Clearing an app's cache manually is best used for apps that don't delete temporary data or have become corrupted over time. Also note that this is different from clearing an app's data. That will delete the cache, but also vital information such as settings, login credentials, and saved progress in a mobile game. Just make sure you're clearing the right thing so you avoid an unpleasant surprise. Power saving mode, also known as battery saver, is available on most Android phones and helps conserve battery life through various power saving measures. Power saving mode can extend your Android phone battery by a few hours while maintaining access to essential functions such as messages and calls. However, power-saving mode comes with a performance sacrifice. The internal processor of your phone is usually throttled, resulting in a slower response time. Background apps might also be restricted, leading to delays in synchronization or in-app notifications. Furthermore, the brightness of your screen is reduced significantly, making it harder to see the display during daylight times. Luckily, power-saving mode is not permanent and is easy to toggle on and off, making it incredibly useful in emergency situations. Depending on the model of your Android phone, you may even be able to personalize the feature itself, allowing certain functionalities and settings to continue to operate. By default, your Android phone will bombard you with excessive notifications. These can range from messages to social media alerts, some more urgent than others. While notifications can keep you updated, they tend to distract even the best of us. Knowing how to customize your Android phone's notification settings is consequently the best way to stay focused. Now, let's say you're in the middle of an important call and don't want to receive any notifications. The easiest way to silence all incoming notifications would be to enable the Do Not Disturb feature, which can be activated by swiping down the drop-down menu. Notifications will not make a sound or vibrate, and won't appear on your lock screen or notification panel until the feature is disabled again. Additionally, you can go into settings and change the notification settings for each app individually to silence particularly chirpy apps.
What is that? What's the noise? It's on me!
It's just the cell phone I got you.
As you continue to use your phone, you might forget to perform an occasional restart. A restart can help resolve software-related issues, improve performance, and keep your operating system from freezing. It's true that certain phones can take a few minutes to reboot, but the benefits far outweigh any inconvenience. While there's no fixed period, many tech experts agree you should restart your Android phone at least once a week. If you're noticing strange app behavior, such as apps continuously crashing or your system responding unusually, this might indicate that a restart is due. After all, restarting clears temporary memory, closes background apps and processes, and has the ability to fix minor software glitches. In the event that you do not want to manually restart your phone, some Android phone manufacturers like Samsung have added an auto restart or schedule restart feature. Users can then choose the date and time they'd like their phones to perform restart maintenance. The Android platform is known to be reasonably safe, but it is important to take additional security. You may assume that the latest version of Android comes with the best fixes against hackers and cybercriminals. However, Android phone manufacturers run different versions of the operating system, which means your device might not be updated to the latest version. Even if it is, there's still a chance that hackers will find a loophole as they continue to search for vulnerabilities.
Hack the planet! Hack the planet!
Shut up and get in the car!
Add in the ability to install apps from third-party sources or through clicking suspicious links, and you've now given hackers a way to test out their exploits. Thankfully, there are security measures you should take to further protect your phone. This can involve installing an antivirus software app, enabling two-factor authentication, or using a secure internet connection. Android phones contain personal information and precious memories. However, unforeseen circumstances can lead to data loss, making it crucial to have a backup in place. Unfortunately, some Android users avoid this process because it can take time, or they think the default security measures are sufficient. However, this does not always safeguard against accidental deletion or hardware failures. The most common files users would likely want to back up are their photos, videos, and documents. If these were created on the Android phone itself, there will be no way to get them back if the internal storage device failed. Google Drive is an all-purpose solution that can copy and save files of any format, allowing users to choose individual items to upload or entire folders. Android phones contain lithium-ion batteries, which have a limited amount of charge cycles. A charge cycle refers to charging the battery from 0 to 100% and then letting it drain to 0% again. By frequently draining the battery to 0, you use up the charge cycles more quickly, which can potentially lead to a reduced lifespan and gradual decline in performance over time. Additionally, every time your battery drains to 0, you risk the battery calibration becoming more inaccurate. This means the reported battery percentage does not align with the actual battery capacity, leading to incorrect battery level indicators. For example, the battery might turn off at 9% because it was actually at 0%. There isn't a precise percentage to aim for when charging your battery, but it's recommended to plug it in before receiving the low power notification. 20% to 40% is usually a good range, in addition to removing it from charge before it hits the 400%. This is because the high voltage charger may strain your battery if left connected over time.